Today, I'll be sharing a list of mods to help you transform your Skyrim from this to this. Be warned though, because this list is so powerful, so awe-inducing, it'll rewind time to make you feel like you're playing Skyrim for the first time again. Back to a time where Bethesda games were actually good. This list is intended for medium to high-end PCs, but I'll provide alternative solutions and tips for those who haven't taken Todd Howard's advice to upgrade their systems.
You may need to upgrade your PC for this game, but it's got a lot of great stuff going on in it and the fans are responding awesome.
This list is also intended for intermediate modders, as you will likely be dealing with a lot of faux mods, patches, and sorting out priorities, depending on which mods from this list you decide to use. Building an advanced mod list takes a lot of time and effort. I guarantee you'll reach a point where you start to feel like Sisyphus. But just know, when you get fired from your job for inattendance, and your girlfriend leaves you for not talking to her days on end, it'll all be worth it. Alright, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get right into the mods. I strived for fantasy visuals for this mod list, which I found Silent Horizons 2 Universal Core ENB to be perfect for. It's very consistent and adapts to weather mods, making it one of the most versatile ENBs. It also utilizes ENB's newer features and will be able to use HDR values, delivering brighter skies, suns, and fires. I'm using Nat3 weathers, which a lot of modern ENBs also support. With it, you can easily test out other popular ENBs, such as Nat3 or Cabbage, without having to go through the hassle of constantly switching up weather mods. Recently, Nat3 weathers has gotten support for large world space mods like Bruma and Wormstooth, so be sure to check out Nat3 ENB central patches if you run with these mods. But if you prefer more realistic visuals, I recommend you use Nat3 ENB. Cabbage is another fantastic ENB as well. Like Silent Horizons 2, it delivers a fantasy aesthetic, while Silent Horizons 2 Universal Core is a great balance between performance and visuals. Silent Horizons 2 New Dawn features a lot more features you'd expect in higher-end ENBs, and is currently in early access on Kitsune's Patreon if you're interested. Ad time.
Haha, we got you cornered. Cough over your goal.
Why won't this teleport spell work? My concentration is so poor today.
I'm not going to repeat myself.
That's it, you bloody rapscallion. You forced my hand. Oh my gosh! Is that Gamer Sups? The legendary energy drink that's less than a calorie per serving, sugar-free and contains nootropics for better focus, which you can try for free with free shipping for the next 24 hours if you use code MERN and order some sample packs. And keep in mind, after the campaign ends, everything will be 10% off the Gamer Sups website when using code MERN. Oh.
Wait, is he dry scooping?
Oh, so tasty. All this power. All this focus! Well, that was close. Wait, no, please, I beg of you, no, wait!
For this list, we'll be using ENB Complex Parallax. Parallax textures do eat up a decent amount of VRAM, so you may not want to use them if you have a weaker graphics card. Parallax is also not a straightforward install, so if you're unfamiliar with setting it up, I'll link resources down below for you to check out. For main textures, I've installed Noble Skyrim, SRP Architecture, SRP Miscellaneous, and the Omnibus Terrain Complex Parallax AIO. Most of you will also likely have SMIM installed. If you don't, I highly recommend you do. But then grab SMIM Mine HD Texture Replacer and Static Mesh Improvement Mod. For buildings, consider using Classic HD Remastered Farmhouses and Stonewall Parallax. They make villages like Riverwood look fantastic. I've also used Glorious Doors of Skyrim to replace over 50 doors, and HQ Imperial Forts with Parallax to improve Imperial Forts. For Apocrypha, I've got Detailing the Eldritch. For Nordic Temples, I chose Venerable Nordic Temples. I've been running with it for years, and it's a personal favorite of mine. To give Dwemer Ruins a steamy overhaul, grab Dwemer Pipework Reworked. I will say I'm not a fan of the red wall retexture added to the mod in version 5, so I personally run with version 4. Also, be sure to grab the Parallax version of Stony AF Markarth and Dwemer Ruins for some great chiseled stone. And for the Dragonborn DLC, we'll be using Rally Solstheim AIO, Rally Solstheim Parallax, and Rally Solstheim Landscapes Complex Terrain Parallax. Then to really bring Solstheim to the next level, we'll want Solstheim Ash Storms with glowing embers, and Rudy HQ more dramatic Red Mountain Plume. I find these mods drastically overhaul Solstheim, improving its atmosphere. For mountains, I'm using Majestic Mountains alongside Northfire's Photoreal Mountains 3 retexture. Then for some extra eye candy, I threw in slightly better rock cairns, Rapid Rocks, and Skyrim 3D Rocks. I highly recommend simplicity of snow rather than better dynamic snow, and the same goes for shaders of Solstheim over better dynamic ash. They're just so much more compatible, saving you headaches down the road. You should also get Snowy Surfaces Sound Collision and Aesthetics to fix a series of problems with dirt cliffs, rock piles, mountain trims, rock cliffs, and others. For water, we'll be using water for E&B Shades of Skyrim. It comes with Parallax, and the Shades of Skyrim option implements different watercolor and waves in various locations, making them feel unique. JKB Waves Reborn are fantastic additions to bring life to coasts, and so is Whalebones on coasts. I find the little details like this make Skyrim feel so much more alive and dynamic. Also be sure to use Natural Waterfalls Dragonborn, and Natural Waterfalls Dawnguard. Then, for the cherry on top, use Rally's Water Foam. This combo looks absolutely stunning, and will have you swimming in tears of joy. City and location mods are a whole can of worms I'd rather not fully get into this video, as they consist of numerous rabbit holes. I might release a separate video on this in the future, but I will quickly recommend Cities of the North and the Great Town and Village series. Whiterun Has Walls is also a great mod I've been enjoying a lot recently, and be sure to check out Rin's location mods, as they are very well done too. For fires and smoke, get Rudy Fix for smoke, Embers XD Fire Them Sparks, FYX Sparks of Fire reacts to the wind, and FYX Campfire reacts to the wind, Embers XD edition. This combo makes fires not only look great, but will make them react to wind, easily doubling your levels of immersion. Lux Orbis, and EVLAS will be our main lighting mods. Keep in mind, we're now getting into mods that can require a lot of patching, but thankfully these mods come with auto-detect patches, which makes life a bit easier. E&B Light is a lovely addition as well, bringing lighting to grass, spell effects, and various objects. I also highly recommend Lux Via, as it improves road lighting while adding in points of interest. And speaking of roads, Northern Roads overhauls them by adding new buildings, bridges, clutter, and decorations. Now, this mod has some noticeable tiling in certain places and can be an absolute patching nightmare, so be warned. I myself have spent a good chunk of time checking roads for issues with my city and location mods. If you're going to do the same, I recommend using the COC command from the main menu, setting your speed multiplier to 500, enabling God mode, and using TMM1 to get all the map markers. Now, for some reason, whenever I do this, my character removes all their clothes, meaning I've spent hours staring at a naked man's ass while he breaks the sound barrier. But despite all the suffering Northern Roads has inflicted on me, I found it was worth the effort. Now, this mod might have given me Stockholm Syndrome, but I think it drastically improves Skyrim's Nordic atmosphere and is such a breath of fresh air, which is why I recommend it so much. If you do decide to use Northern Roads, check out Northern Roads Resculpted and complex parallax texture for Northern Roads to make it even better. Moving on to trees, I've selected Traverse the Uvenwald for this list. It replaces vanilla trees while adding in new ones. Additionally, the author has just come out with an animation update, so trees will sway back and forth, and this little detail really brings forests to life. Traverse the Uvenwald is a bit performance intensive, though there is a light option available. However, if you're still struggling with performance, Happy Little Trees is a great alternative. And if your system can handle extra punishment, consider trying out Nature of the Wildlands with Nature of the Wildlands Forest Debris only, Bent Pines 2, and Immersive Fallen Trees. Forests will feel so much more alive with the extra clutter. There is one major issue with Nature of the Wildlands though. Some of the branches in Solstheim have missing textures. Oh, the horror. My game is literally unplayable. Fret not. I'll link instructions on how to fix this below if this really bothers you. For grass, I've recently made the switch from QW's Grass Patch 2 to Vinland, and I'm loving it. Now, you'll want to carefully read the description to get things running properly, as this mod utilizes for other mods. If you do use Vinland, I also recommend you use animated water lilies to improve the water plants used by Vinland. However, if you're just looking for a good balance between performance and visuals when it comes to grass, I'd recommend running with Skoglendi, a grass mod. Alright, time for flora. As a base, let's get Cathedral Plants and Mari's Flora. Then we'll want some 3D plant mods from the Cathedral series, from sword ferns to clovers 2 mountain flowers. All of them will be linked down below. These mods will cost you some performance, but I reckon it's a sacrifice many of you are willing to make. Because let's be real, it's 2023, we're all sick of staring at 2D plants. For shrubs, get Shrubs Redone AIO. It overhauls all of the shrubs, stays close to vanilla, and they've really grown on me. Falling leaves in vanilla glow for some odd reason. Thankfully, Rudy HQ Falling Leaves and Needles fixes this issue while making them look so much better. And if you think vanilla tundra grass is an eyesore, install less ugly tundra grass. I personally use the green version, but there's a red version available as well. Fungi time. Grab Cathedral mushrooms, High Poly Solstice mushroom trees, Rally's Blackreach mushrooms, and High Poly Blackreach mushrooms. There's not much room for debate here. This combo really brings Blackreach to life, and you can improve it further by throwing in Ethereum Falmer Cave Ceiling Glow. For tentacle mods, use Blackreach Tentacle Mesh Fix and animated tentacles for the glowing mushrooms. These should be the only tentacle mods you have installed. When it comes to ice, I'm using just ice with Icy Mesh Remaster and Icy Cave Remaster. Then to improve northern icy regions, I've used Frozen Lands and animated ice flows. Now, once your mod list settles down and you're not constantly adding location mods, consider using XLodGen and DinduLod to generate yourself some LODs. I will admit, getting these tools to work properly can be quite the hassle, but it is well worth it. I'll leave resources down below for you to follow if you need them. Okay, so hear me out. Motion blur has gotten a bad rap, and for a good reason. A lot of games have implemented it terribly, but when done right, motion blur is glorious. I'm running with Doodle's advanced motion blur add-on for Reshade. Currently, you will have to be a patron of his to gain access to it, but it implements per object motion blur, which is pretty decent, and it's a must-have mod for me. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and consider grabbing some merch to support the channel. Also, big thanks to all my patrons for helping me produce the content you're watching. Take care, lads and lasses, and I'll hopefully see you next time.
Well, that was close. Wait, no, please, I beg of you, no, wait!